YouTube and welcome to JamFX, and this is our second attempt at our first project, and we are doing the White Walkers from the Game of Thrones episode, and hopefully we'll be putting those into a little clip once we're done. Yeah, our first attempt we made a few mistakes. We were on a deadline and we had a couple of other costumes to make, so we ended up making a few mistakes, but we have learnt from those mistakes. Let's just have a look at our finished result. As you can see, we have leather jerking and we have a nice armour plated front. It's not like this the show, because as I say, we ran out of time and the plastic we were using that I decided to use turned out to be too brittle. As you can see here, it's snapped already, so we have to find an alternative solution so we can make it something that looks like the one on the show. And the best way to get a look at what's actually on the show is to look at a bunch of references. So let's head over to the PC right now and we'll have a look at some of those images. Right, so these are the White Walkers that we're going to be doing. As you can see, there's lots of reference images on Google, and the main thing you can see is none of them are the same. They're all slightly variant. Some have ridged doublets, some don't have ridged doublets, some are smooth like the ones that I was making. I'm going to be doing that again just for simplicity. But one thing, they all have a similar style of armour. As you can see, the shoulder panels and the torso panels, they have these little cutouts raised up, which don't really make sense from an armour point of view. I mean, why have holes in your armour? But they do have this nice cheese gratery effect, so we're going to try and replicate that. We just need to experiment a little bit and find some suitable materials to do that with. I'm thinking of plastics, soft plastics maybe from milk cartons. We'll figure that out as we go along. Also, you can see the faces. Let's have a look at the faces. Some have got beards, some don't. The White Walker King, he has these, what's he called, the Night King, Night's King, something like that. He has these crystal growths coming out of his head to look like a crown, and there's plenty of tutorials on that online I've seen. But we're not going to do the Night's King because that's everybody does that. We're just going to do a regular guy, and I like this guy. I'm probably not going to do the beard, but let's take a closer look at him. You can see his armour is of that ridged style, like layered leather. He's wrapped with string, and he has the armour coming across in this V, which is kind of a default thing. That seems to be the norm for these characters. It just gives them a little bit of uniformity even across the differences, even though no one has the same exact armour. It's not a typical uniform, it's just a style. So we're going to follow the style. I'm going to use a plain flat armour and try and recreate these doublets. The arms, I'm not going for a full sleeved. I'm going to make kind of similar to this guy with just the like a separate sleeve with the armour embellishments on it, so hopefully that will work. Not sure how it will go. We don't have to do sleeves. Simply painting your arms white and adding some details in the paintwork could work just as well. But the guy I'm making, we're going to need a prosthetic for the face, and we're going to make that out of liquid latex. We're going to go through the whole process of casting and sculpting, just so that we get something as close as we can to the film, to the show's look. And the eyes, in the show they use cosmetic lenses, and those are hella expensive, so we're going to add those in digitally. You can check that out on our sister channel, the CG Jam, once it's up. And yeah, so that's it. The boots are going to be a bit difficult. We'll improvise the boots as we go along. I have to think about that for a little bit. Let's see where we go with those, and then we'll get down to putting it all together and filming. As you can see though, the armours are quite intricate, so it will cost quite a bit of money, and we don't want to do that because we're on a limited budget. So keeping in with the Jam Effects ethos of getting everything as low budget as possible while still maintaining a good quality look, we need to find the leather, and we can do that by taking a drive around and finding some discarded furniture. Use upholstery leather where possible, and it's not too easy. You do have to do a bit of searching. Obviously you can buy it online, but try and avoid that. It's just a question of keeping your eyes open. So let's hit the streets and see if we can find something. Okay, so this is what I was talking about. We're out in the street and we've come across this leather chair, and it's a bit worn out. It's not exactly ideal, but it could be useful for something. It's a nice worn out texture. There's some nice cracks going on in the theme, and it's quite nice at the back. The back's quite clean. So all we have to do is grab our box cutter and trim it down. And the best way to do this, I think, is to go check what seams you have. Underneath we've got all this crappy canvas that we don't need, so we'll take it, put it back at a nice edge and then lock it off, and then we'll just take our knife straight in and we'll start cutting around the seams underneath. And we're just scalping our way through. That's nice, that gets that off. And we're just opening up the bottom, and hopefully, if everything goes okay, we can just peel off the finished thing. And I've made a bit of a boo-boo there, but not to worry. Taken the best bit of our leather and wrecked it, so I'll just be a bit careful. I'm kind of rushing, not rushing really, but I'm filming and I'm trying to do this one-handed, so it's not exactly the best. I'll just peel that off there and come back to this beginning bit and just hack away. If it comes off nicely, that's more appropriate. It gives you a nicer thing, but at the end of the day we just want the thing off. Just playing up a bit. Okay, so that seems like, oops, got most of it off at the bottom. Let's take this last leg off. Okay, now hopefully we can just peel it off, but it looks like it's, oh, it might, we might be lucky. There's a nice brown underneath, that's unusual, you don't usually get a backing on it, is it? Now it seems we've got a seam on there, so I'm going to see what I can do about fixing that. I'm going to probably use two hands, so I'm going to put the phone down for a second and then come back to it. Okay, so we've stripped it off. We have actually damaged it in a couple of places, but that's okay. Most of it is this big panel here that we want, and these long strips here, so ideal, not really, but it's good enough for some stuff. And that just leaves the saggy carcass of a chair, and we'll just been meant to remove. So, bye then. Okay, now we're back. We've got all our leather gathered up, and we're going to let that dry because it's been out in the rain and we don't want it to get stinky and mouldy, so we just hang it up to dry. And if it's been around a while, you might want to get some mildew remover. Just give it a quick spray. It's nice and easy. Let that do its thing, clean it up a bit, and while we're waiting for that, we're going to move on into the next video and start having a look at sculpting. And for the next video we're going to need a face mask, like a model of your head, and that's simply you make a mould of your head in plaster and make a cast and let that dry. Take the plaster bandages off and you're left with a face. I have mine over here. Just remove that so you end up with something like that. You're going to need one of these. Take a look at the that's the test mask I've done already. We're going to be showing you how to make that and paint it up. The paint job's a bit lame. We'll go into that better and do a better job, because it's only a test. I wanted to check the mask. It's too thin to use. Squashy nose, that's no good. Yeah, so we'll be covering all that. But in the meantime, so we're going to head over to the next video. If you want to hit that subscribe button, then you can get notified as and when these videos pop up. Actually, this video's a redo, so the sculpting video is already up. So if you want to check out our previous videos, you'll see that. Weird, awkward way of uploading a project, but let's head over to the next video and get started on this project. And good luck. See you soon.